A subscriber of mine told me to check out Micah Turnbo talking about what happened with Lucifer. So let's see.
So Lucifer, what happened? Oh, Lord help me. What happened in that event was so heartbreaking to the angelic race or the spiritual beings, because when they were created, they had a sense of family. And they called themselves like brothers, sisters, That's why they get hurt when they see families break apart or fight each other, because they experience that. See, angels have gone through a lot. Mm-hmm. A lot. They're not just saying,
Wow, I just realized something.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
When a man and a woman go through divorce, the angels have to separate too.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have to go with their human, with their person.
Absolutely.
Yep. Dang.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They go through a lot. It breaks their heart.
Yikes.
Okay.
They've seen, so Lucifer, was a beautiful covering, cherubim. His design, before the fall was to really minister to God. He walked upon the stones of fire. It was a beautiful place. And not only did he craft music, but he built places of worship. And the angels highly respected him. I'll just say angels because it's easier. They weren't called angels then. But the angels were respected him because he taught them how to worship, taught them how to play music, taught them how to be creative. And so a lot of the singing that we see, that was taught to them, by and I'll say Lucifer just to make it easier, by Lucifer. But at the moment when he was walking inside God's heart, he saw something. He saw a dream in the Father's heart where he was thinking of us. When he says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. There was a moment where God was thinking of children, thinking of having his own offspring. Now, the Elohim were created, so you could say he had people likened unto him, more like him, and authority and rulership, those kind of things. But he wanted something that was direct from him, like children. And the things that he would give them, the inheritance, the promises, the love he would give them. And Lucifer got extremely jealous. And there was a point where he was pacing, because he could go in and out of sight of God's heart. You can go inside God's heart. It's an entire different world or realm. But he would move outside of God's heart, and he would pace in the heavens. He would go to this place in this dark cave, and he would pace. He'd say, I am more beautiful than them. Why? I created temples. I have stones fashioned into me. Why? I create sounds that they will never make. I talk to the stars. I shine brighter than the stars, the highest of the stars, which is like this council in the stars in the heavenly realms. I shine brighter than them. Why? He would say those things. And at the time, you would see darkness swell up in the cave, and it looked like it would touch him. And Lucifer would get curious, and he would touch the darkness, and it would attach itself like sticky, like a glove, and then he would take his hand off of it.
This bit sounds and reminds me of Venom. I don't know if you've seen the movie or know what I'm talking about. Let me know in the comment section down below. But Venom, how it takes over somebody. So Micah's describing that as envy or jealousy. Like, I guess that's the first form of envy or jealousy that was created, which then corrupted Satan's heart.
And then he would continue his normal things. But there was a moment where he made the angels go insane. And I'm jumping around here because there's parts that I still have yet to process. This happened 10 years ago, so I'm still processing things. But and I'm starting with the lighter stuff so I don't end up crying. But there was a part where when he was so deep into this process, he used his music to cause insanity.
Crazy.
He grabbed a lyre or some type of guitar kind of thing and started playing in these beautiful fields, and he started playing, and the angels started coming in, because what was happening, what he did before, is he would lead the other angels into worship to the Lord, but he infused it with such himself and darkness that instead he caused this manic among the angels, and their bodies began to shift and to rip and to tear and to mold and to mutate, and they begin to become that insanity. And Lucifer cackled throughout the realms. And Michael heard this. And then Gabriel, who was more emotional, Gabriel came in and he said, "What are you doing? How could you? You were the brightest of us. What are you doing?"
The Wilderly is the final
Goodness
phase of
me.
Elephant Park.
I don't know whether you believe this, or whether you believe what he's saying or not, because I know some people
To
don't.
become that insane.
It sure is interesting. I mean, let's see the comment section down below. Whoa, when you're talking about going into the spiritual realm, I was on the verge of sleep and I saw a flash of yellow. Insane. More. So I want to hear from you in the comment section down below. Have you seen the spiritual realm? Have you had, are you a seer? And we're not talking about demonic, by the way. We're talking about the gospel here. There are certain people like Brother Micah over here where, God can open your eyes and then you start to see. Some people they start to sense the spiritual realm. They become hypersensitive. But yeah, all of these comments, one thing I could definitely say about Micah is that he has that childlike spirit that the Bible tells us to have, which is very, very true. Very, very true. Every time he speaks, I could just feel it. It's almost like he's telling you a story of what he saw in his dream. He's able to take you there. And you can see a ton of people who are agreeing. You got it right. Yeah, I said the same thing. So, I don't know if I opened up this video by saying this, but the Bible is reminding us, unless you become like a child, then it's very difficult for you to make it into the kingdom of God. Which holds ground because nowadays people are way too smart for themselves. They're way too smart for their own good, Way too smart. Like, they just want to understand and know every nuances, every single, well, how could it be? If God is God, then who made God? Is it God? Is it God's God? Because then that would be just a never-ending loop, right? Then who made God's father? Then who made God's godfather? Then who made God's father? And therefore, he's no longer God because he was created by someone. So this stuff is truly, the way I like to think of it is, you don't have enough gigabytes to understand God. The same way, if a 1 terabyte USB is limited to 1 terabyte, let's just, for simple purposes, one USB is limited to 10 gigabytes. I cannot download a terabyte, 1000 gigabytes. I can't download it into that USB. No way. It is impossible. Why? Because it wasn't designed to hold that much information. So you can't understand God. It's impossible. The same way you can't get a bucket and fill the whole ocean in that bucket. Impossible. Yeah, but buckets contain water, don't they? Yeah, but not that much. That's too much for you. Oh, I mean, technically, I still have the whole ocean because I've got water in the bucket. Yes, you've got part of the ocean in the bucket, but it's not the whole ocean. Well, I can still say it's the ocean because it is the ocean, so therefore, it's like, no. Stop reaching. So, yeah, but I encourage you to watch the entirety of this video. And then let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, whether you believe him or you don't. And let me know in regards to this, just what you've heard so far, whether you believe the spiritual realm is true or not. Is the spiritual realm true or not? That is the title of this video. And I wanted you to hear and introduce you to Brother Micah over here. And then do your own due diligence reading of the Bible. And then, let me know in the comment section down below. God bless you so much.